Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do a end of the year reading, end of the year reading, sorry. And this is going to be for the sign of Scorpio. So keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. The first message I'm getting right off the bat is like a visitor to your home, or something positive coming into your home environment. Something coming towards you that's going to give you that feeling of home, that sense of comfort, that sense of belonging. If you're feeling that like nesting energy, like feeling the urge to like clean or spring clean, that's a sign that there's something positive coming into your home environment. And it doesn't have to be physically your home. Although I do feel like somebody is getting some sort of visitor, a good visitor, a positive visitor, something positive coming into your home. But it could also be something coming into your life that is going to give you that sense of comfort and belonging, that feeling of home. If that is something that you're looking forward to, start now by embracing that feeling of home. What does home feel like to you? What does the sense of belonging feel like to you? All right, let's just see. We're just going to see what messages your guides have, see if they have any further message on that. See what other messages your guides want to give you as we close out this year. Anything you need to be aware of moving into the next year. You're getting the message of surrender. The act of surrendering, letting go. It does not mean that you're letting go of your dreams. You're not letting go of your desires. You're not letting go of the things you want. You're not giving up. But when there's anything that you want, when you have done everything that you possibly can do, and you've hit a roadblock where you can go no further, where there's no more you can do, it's not necessarily a sign to quit and go the other way because it's not working. It's a sign that you have done everything you can do. The rest is in the hands of the universe. And you surrendering is you telling the universe and telling God and telling your guides, I trust you to take this forward. I trust myself enough to know that I've done everything I can. And so I'm going to trust and surrender and allow things to flow in the way that I know is going to be in alignment with my highest good. It's surrendering is letting go of control. And anytime you are trying to control anything, you are creating limitations in how that can come towards you. And so whatever you're dealing with, that you feel like maybe you've hit a brick wall with, or anything that you're dealing with that you feel like has become a struggle and you don't know which way to go with it, you're being guided to surrender. Just let it go. Let it be what it is for now, and trust that what it is right now is where it's supposed to be, and it's moving on the path that you're still moving in the path to receive what you want. Let me get another card on this. Especially surrender what you're giving attention to, right? If you're focusing on something, if you're focusing on a problem, and in focusing on that problem, you are not able to come up with any sort of creative solution or positive answer or even any kind of clarity, right? If you're hitting nothing but more rabbit holes and more what ifs, then you don't need to give it any more of your attention. Because anything that you are giving attention to, you are feeding energy to. You are amplifying it. You are making it bigger. And so if you are looking at a problem and you keep looking on that problem and giving attention to that problem, you are making that problem bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you can't look at the problem and figure out a way to fix it, then look away. And I know that seems like you're avoiding it, but if you've done everything that you can possibly do, and then it's out of your hands anyway. So shift your focus to somewhere else, and that's what's going to put you in the space of luck and growth and expansion. All right, let's see what other messages want to come through for you. What you give attention to, what you give focus to, you are empowering. And you are a Scorpio. So that within and of itself is an extremely powerful energy. So anything that you are focusing on, giving attention to, you are feeding your energy to. So make sure you are focusing on what you want. And not the lack of what you want, just what you want. Not the fact that you don't have what you want, but just what you want. Something came into your experience at some point, maybe within the last 2 to 8 years. Maybe in the last 2 to 8 months, but something has came into your experience that you maybe thought that you were ready for, but you weren't quite grounded. You weren't quite settled. Something came into your life that you weren't completely prepared for, and it taught you resilience. Something that you have been working towards maybe for the last 2 to 8 years or 2 to 8 months. You might still find that you're struggling in getting this grounded or getting this stable. But the scythe in front of you is, it's like a quick clearing away. Like this technically indicates harvest time, but it also indicates like a quick clearing so you can see the path forward. Like a sudden ending, or in your guidance, your guidance is to understand, is focus on the progress that you've made. Focus on the wish fulfillment. And almost like let go of taking it so seriously. Because taking it so seriously is taking away your ability to connect at a deep level. And because you're Scorpio, you need to be in your depth in order to kind of receive what it is that you're wanting to manifest. It's like something is ending. so you can have what it is that you've been wanting for so long. All right, let's see what else. It's like there's something that you've been working towards or struggling with for a long time. And it's almost like once it comes, like, it's going to feel like everything's coming together overnight. It's like a sudden, quick change. It just might not, let me see, before I keep talking. You're showing up as the Ace of Pentacles. So you're showing up ready for a new beginning, ready for a new start. Maybe waiting for some sort of offer or preparing to offer something. But overall, like preparing to start something new, preparing for a new beginning. A new solid beginning. Something of value. You might be looking for the value in a situation. What's crossing you is Knight of Cups. What's going on in your heart center space, your emotional world, your dreams. It's like wanting a new beginning, but needing to focus on what your dreams are, what your desires are, what your wishes are. Being in the space of being able to manifest what it is that you want, but needing to bring awareness to what it is that you want, what it is that you're seeking emotionally. What's this rooted in? Two of Swords? You're not paying attention to what's going on in your heart center space. You need to bring awareness to what your heart wants. You're wanting a new beginning, but your guides are saying, okay, you can have this new beginning, but what does your heart want in all this? You might be waiting for somebody to make some sort of romantic offer to you, but there's not movement. The recent past is the World card, so you've closed out these cycles. You've successfully completed something. You're in the energy of starting something new. The Magician is, what are you manifesting? Okay, so manifesting, the Magician, in a typical Magician card, he's got all four elements at his disposal. He has cups, he has wands, he has pentacles, he has swords. That is energy, that's the passion, that's the desire, that's cups, that's the emotions, that's the emotional connection. The swords are the thought process, the mental focus, and the pentacles are grounding in it, bringing it into your physical reality. And so you need to have your tools within agreement. So if you're energetically desiring a change, a positive change in your love life, then your emotional world needs to be open to receiving that and open to feeling that, and your belief systems need to be in agreement with that, and what you're doing in your physical world needs to be in agreement with that. And your guides are saying, examine what's going on within your heart center space right now. Is your heart center space in agreement with what it is that you are focusing on manifesting? It could also be that you're in the energy of manifesting a new beginning, but without realizing it, you might be trying to control that new beginning in some way. And 10 of Wands, it's like you're carrying a lot of weight, or it's almost like you're putting too much pressure on the need to manifest this. There's something that needs to be released within your heart center space so you can receive it. So the Knight of Cups, sorry for going on a long tangent about this, but it'll be worth it. So our what goes on in our emotional world is going to dictate the experiences that come towards us. Our subconscious is the magnet that is drawing experiences to us, right? If we are ignoring what is going on in our emotional world, if we're holding on to a lot of pain within our emotional world, the experiences that are going to be pulled to us are experiences that are going to tap on that heart space, right? In order to break it open. So a lot of times we will manifest painful emotional experiences, but it's because we're asking for love, but we have to break those wounds open first in order to get in that space of it. And so there's something going on in your emotional world that you're needing to acknowledge and feel and release so you can have the totality of what it is that you're wanting to manifest. The Purpose is Page of Swords. Help, like there's a need to kind of shift direction, shift where you're focusing, shift where you're getting your information. Give me one more. Take a second look at your what is really going on in your emotional world. What is going on? What happened behind you in your emotional world that is keeping these emotions restricted? The Challenge is High Priestess, your subconscious. You're wanting to manifest and you're not seeing the results, but it's because your guides are saying pay attention to what's going on in your subconscious, because your subconscious is what is drawing the experiences to you. You have this like determination to succeed. You have this determination to move forward. And this is kind of similar to the Libra reading, but it's almost like your logic is too strong and it might be preventing that heart center space from being completely open. The Eight of Wands is the outcome, Seven of Swords. The energy is moving really fast towards this soulmate connection that you want, this wish that you have been wanting to manifest. But there's something that needs to be acknowledged that is going on behind you in your emotional world, in your past emotional world, that needs to be acknowledged, because the person that you are connecting to in the next 8 weeks, the person that you are communicating with in the next 8 weeks, is going to be a reflection of what is going on in your heart center space. And if there's anything that you have been ignoring in your heart center space, okay, sorry, my phone died. Okay, as I was saying, so your guidance is the Knight of Wands. And so what the Knight of Wands means as guidance is to be mindful of the things that are triggering you, because anything that triggers you, that trigger is showing you where you have unresolved trauma within you. You have unresolved trauma that needs to be felt and acknowledged so you can release it. And so these triggers will be kind of a cue to any kind of emotional pain, or just even like an emotional memory or an emotional heaviness that needs to be released, because that is, soulmate connections are going to reflect that back to us. Any soulmate connection, the good ones, the bad ones, they're going to reflect those emotional triggers back to us, because you're connecting to somebody at an emotional level. And again, anytime you are opening yourself up to a bigger or better emotional experience, you have to think of it as like, you know, this is your heart center space, right? If there's any scarring on your heart center space, anytime that heart center space expands, it's going to rip open that scar. And it's not a bad thing. It's because you're feeling more, and that's a good thing. But you have to send those loving feelings to those triggers. Yeah. Anytime something is triggering you, especially if you're connecting to something new, you're manifesting this new partnership or whatever that may be, anytime you recognize that something is triggering you, slow down, pay attention to it, bring awareness to it, and surrender to the feeling. Not necessarily like the negative aspect of it. Like, for example, if being ignored by somebody really, really triggers you, take some time to honor that feeling, that feeling. Not in the sense of the feeling of anger at at that person, but what that's making you feel. Like, surrender to the feeling and see it as a message. Okay, this is something that needs to be addressed and felt, so I can heal it and release it. What you're not seeing is the Chariot. So the Chariot is a message that you're on the right path, that you're moving in the right direction, and that the momentum is moving forward really fast. And when something's moving in a really fast pace, it's easier to kind of get caught up in triggers, right? We don't feel at peace. We don't feel calm. Things are moving fast. And so it's easy to get triggered. Understand that you're on the right path. Things are moving forward. You're in a forward moving momentum. It's just now it's kind of like learning to kind of keep, continuing to keep balance. When you get triggered, taking time to step back, honor the trigger, get that energy back in balance so you can continue that momentum forward. Give me one more on what you're not seeing. Your path forward is protected. You might be holding on to an unknown kind of deep insecurity about things moving forward. I know that sounds weird. You might be holding an insecurity about moving towards things you desire, because you might have some feeling that you're not ready for it, that you're not prepared for it. You might have some sort of kind of like unresolved fear of success. You might also be instinctively running away from something that you truly want, or you might be at risk of running away from something that you really want, because of some fear that you're holding on to. Overall, you have the Tower and the Moon and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is kind of asking you to really to be mindful of the powerful effect that your subconscious has on the reality that you are creating. If you feel that everything in your practical reality, I've done this, I've been good, I've given this, everything, practical you've done in the correct way, and you're saying, I'm manifesting this, but it's still not what I want, it's still showing up like this, then that's a message that there's something going on in your subconscious world that is disagreeing with that. And your subconscious world is pulling to you the experiences that are going to feel chaotic. They're going to feel uncomfortable, but the breakthrough is necessary to tap into and bring light to everything that is in the subconscious, so you can get your subconscious and your conscious world in agreement with each other. All right. Is there anything else that your guides want to say about this message? Yeah, this is about bringing healing and compassion and love to your masculine energy. This is about, it's kind of like letting go of the need to move forward in such a practical, concise, controlled manner, and understand that moving forward requires the heart center space. And if there's anything in the heart center space that is making it difficult for that next step, that's what those triggers are showing you. And the triggers aren't coming in for a bad reason. It's coming in so you can work with it, because you already know how to heal it. You already know how to work through these things. So it's coming up so you can go, okay, this is where I need to get rebalanced. This is where I need to do this. But you're on the right path. Yeah, you're in this energy of a brand new beginning. You're in an energy of growth. You're in an energy of positivity. For some of you, this is coming together with another person. This is coming together in a soulmate relationship. But again, this is something that is a forward moving type of thing, a progressive type of energy, an energy of growth. And so there is the possibility of triggers coming up, of insecurities coming up, of things that you need to kind of be mindful of those past insecurities coming back into play. It's not a bad sign. It's not a sign that you need to run in the other direction. It's just a sign that now that you're in this space, you have more wherewithal to deal with these triggers, get things in balance, and continue moving forward. This is how you are going to completely free yourself of these past emotional burdens so you can get yourself moving in the right path. This is kind of a release of any negative, lower vibrational masculine energy within you. All right. Have a wonderful end of the year. Bye-bye.